We end our little history lesson with this amazing fact. This year alone, more than 4 million fans are expected to attend monster truck events all over the world, making it one of the fastest growing sports anywhere. Well, maybe we'll see some history in the making today. Bigfoot's ready to face Taurus to start round 2. And who better to make those historical calls than our own Professor Joe Lowe.
We may rewrite the history books here, LuAnn. Bigfoot and Taurus, the matchup of the night, starts off round number 2. And on the sidelines, truck owner, the man who started the whole thing, Bob Chandler. Earlier, he contrasted yesterday's monster trucks and today's.
When I was doing it years ago, it was all we did was car crushes. You come out and you do over a set of cars and you wave to the crowd, and that was it. Well, now they're racing, and to me, I love it with all these other trucks here. They all have their own identities. They all have their own glitches that makes them faster than the other ones, supposedly. I love competing. I designed mine on computers. It's all done with the AutoCAD program, and to me, I think I can stay ahead of them. We're going to find out tonight whether I can or not.
And we certainly are. Bigfoot and Taurus. Let's check them out, see what the stats are like. 10,000 pounds for the Bigfoot Ford. It's powered by the Ford Hemi engine, putting out 1,400 horses. Taurus, again, 10,000 pounds, but this is Chevy powered. He has 1,200 horses. So Bigfoot has a little more power. Jack Willman Sr., he thinks he can take on the big bad Ford. But Taurus definitely is taking his time in staging. He goes forward, he goes back. He's not too sure where he wants to stage. What's he thinking?
Oh, I'm just trying to psych you out, Bigfoot. You may be high and mighty as one of the first truck's partner, but if you pull rank on the frontier, you get your hide whipped. Keep clear of this Wrangler. I'm wild about winning and stomping right over you.
They're finally staged. We're waiting for the start. Taurus, Bigfoot, off the line. Taurus gets a little bit of an edge. They go into the important turn. Bigfoot clears it, but Taurus has problems. I think he hit the turning pole. I think Taurus hit the turning pole. If he did, that disqualified him. Oh, man. He had it over Bigfoot, but the turn is what did it. Taurus is, in fact, disqualified. Here's where it happened. Going into the turn. Oh! Just too tight on that turn, and then he almost flips the truck over. Jack Willman Sr., he was looking great off the line. He wanted so badly to beat Bob Chandler's Bigfoot. He opened up a big lead, and then the turn. That has been a tough turn and a tough lane for everybody tonight, and it just disqualified one of the top trucks in the world, Taurus. Bigfoot moves on to semifinal action. And a dejected Jack Willman Sr. goes to the pits in Taurus. Our next matchup pits Barefoot and Carolina Crusher, but they have to work on Barefoot. The whole crew is under there, including Ray Perkowski from Invader. Fred Schaefer, his crew chief, and Ray Perkowski. Apparently, there's transmission problems, and the question is, can they get it ready in time to face Gary Porter and Carolina Crusher? Talk about drama, he's on the clock.
Yeah, don't bother fixing your truck, Barefoot. I'll do enough damage in this race to ship you straight to the junkyard, and maybe you'll run into Invader there. Misery does love company, so you two chumps will get along just fine.
Well, Barefoot does, in fact, get fixed. He's set to go against Gary Porter and the Carolina Crusher. Barefoot, the big Keith Black Hemi-powered Dodge, putting out 1,500 horses. And Gary Porter's Crusher, the big 557 Rodak, has 1,400. Gary Porter tells us what it takes to win in Pontiac.
In order to beat Barefoot here at Pontiac, I'm going to have to watch the light really close, try to get a hole shot on them, try to make plenty of power going down the front straightaway, stay into the throttle as long as I can, and then get hard on the brakes. I'm going to have to make the perfect turn and then get back into it full bore again to get the jump over the cars, because running against Fred Schaefer, there's no room for mistakes.
We have certainly seen our share of mistakes here, as everybody has problems on the turn. And up and around goes Gary Porter and Fred Schaefer. Barefoot and Carolina Crusher. Barefoot uses the extra 100 horsepower to win. 9.13 seconds. That's a record for this track. Barefoot, he just didn't back out of it until the final moment, then shuts it down. Maneuvers around that turn very, very, very quickly. And now it's time to power up and go for the win. He pulls away from Carolina Crusher. Barefoot's moving on to the semifinals. Fred Schaefer certainly knows how to maneuver that truck. What a great job of driving from Fred. Maybe that's why he's the world champion. Carolina Crusher, he's out of there.
No one can cage this raging bull forever, so don't even think about it. I should have bashed Barefoot. Next time I'll not only bash him, I'll chew him up and I'll spit him out all over the track. Yeah!
Round 2, race number 3 coming up, and up to stage is Maximum Overkill. Jerry Richmond's Maximum Overkill. The big Ford puts out 1,800 horses. And Rob Fuchs' First Blood, 1,400 horses. They both weigh in at about 10,000 pounds. First Blood, Maximum Overkill, ready to go. First Blood wants to win.
Overkill, don't you know it's good to give blood? I can help with this warning. Don't count me out again. I won't take another loss in vain. Overkill, I'm gonna rip your guts out.
We wait for the green light. Maximum Overkill, First Blood on the line. They don't seem to have the power that some of the other trucks have going down the straightaway, but maybe that's because they want to make this turn properly. Maximum Overkill does, and he goes across the finish line first. Maximum Overkill is in the semis, and First Blood is out of there. This turn seems to really haunt Rob Fuchs in First Blood. He just can't seem to do it right. The rear steer does not come around properly. He has to back out of it. By that time, Maximum Overkill already has the win. Matter of fact, Maximum Overkill goes a little wide on this turn. He lifts the front tire up and never really has a chance to straighten up before he hits the cars. The wheels are out of shape, and he just barely misses the finish line pole. But a win's a win. Maximum Overkill moves on. And up to stage comes Rambo. Bill Weaver Jr. up in Rambo. And his competitor, well, he's going to face the Equalizer in competition in round number 2, race number 4.
Woo! Rambo, this next race is going to be action-packed. The very thought of losing to a mercenary like you makes my stomach turn. The only shoot 'em up and bang bang you're gonna see in this race is the exhaust from my engine as it's hightailing across the finish line. Eat your heart out, Stallone. Yeah!
3 of the 4 trucks will be for our semifinals. We're about to find out the 4th, Equalizer or Rambo. Now, Rambo, piloted by Bill Weaver Jr., is the heavier of the two, 14,000 pounds, powered by a 1,400 horsepower Chevy. Equalizer weighs in at 10,200 pounds. He has 1,300 horses, but he's much lighter. And the lighter you are, the faster you'll go. And that's what it's all about in monster truck racing. Not so much car crushing, but monster truck racing. They want to go fast. They want to stay on the car. If you're in the air, you're not winning. Even going down the straightaway, this is where the weight problem comes into effect. Equalizer, much lighter, makes it around the turn. Rambo really has to work to make it, and Equalizer gets the win. You could see Rambo bouncing around after the finish. Again, the weight factor. He's got to shave some weight off that truck if he ever wants to beat truck.